Okay, purpose of this tape is to explain gas pipe sizing. Session 3 of Continuing Ed requires that we do a little gas pipe sizing. Rather than write it out, I've been teaching it for quite a while. I thought I would go over it with you where you can actually see what's going on. It's not a big deal. So the first thing of concern is our chart. If you look up on top here, you'll see the pipe diameters. Over to the left, you'll see the length in feet, and in the middle you'll see cubic feet per hour. So that's all you do. If you had something that had 97 cubic feet and it was 30 feet from the gas meter, you just go up and that would be ½ inch. Not a complicated deal. Why don't we clear up one big thing now. Most of your appliances are going to be in BTUs per hour. This chart is in cubic feet per hour. So you're going to change the BTUs to cubic feet. It's very simple. The heating value of natural gas is 1,000 BTUs per cubic foot. So all you have to do is divide by 1,000. Basically, you just cross off the 3 zeros, and you have effectively divided by 1,000. So if we had a 57,000 BTU appliance, it would be 57 cubic feet up here in the column. Watch out for single-digit numbers. If I had a 9,000 BTU appliance, it would be 9 cubic feet up in the column. If I had a 175,000 BTU appliance, it would be 175 cubic feet. And if I had a 125,000 BTU appliance, it would be 125 cubic feet. So if I had something that was 125 cubic feet and it was 40 feet from the gas meter, I'd go to the 40-foot column and I'd go along until I found 82 small, 170 would do it. I'd just go up and that would be 3/4 of an inch. Not a big deal. Let's try a real problem. There's a couple of methods we're going to do. This is called the longest run method. That means you go from the gas meter to the very furthest appliance. You don't do any of the side branches. You go from the gas meter to the furthest appliance. In this case, it's 52 feet. That would mean I'd have to be in the 60-foot column, and I'd stay there throughout the entire job. So I took the 60-foot column, I put the cubic feet rather than do a big deal and maybe give you a bit of an idea what we do. So if we want to start off with pipe A, 75 cubic feet in the 60-foot column. Here's the 60-foot column. 75 cubic feet would be, the best I could do is 138. I would go up and that would be 3/4. So pipe A would be 3/4 of an inch. If I want to do pipe B, doesn't matter how far pipe B is from the meter because we're in the longest run method. We're always going to use the 60-foot column. So I merely take 40 cubic feet, I go to the 60-foot column, and I find out that 66 cubic feet would cover us. So pipe B is going to be 1/2 inch. If I wanted to do C, C is feeding A and B, 75 and 40. I add them up. I get 115 cubic feet. And I go to look for 115. 138 will still cover it. I'm going to be 3/4 of an inch. If I want to do pipe D is just going from here to here. Again, we don't care about everything out of the 60-foot column. So I go down and I put 110 cubic feet in the 60-foot column will be 3/4. So, ½ inch would be no good because I only got 66. If I want to do pipe E, I'm going to add up 110, 40, and 75, and that's going to be 225 cubic feet. I'm going to look down here in the 60-foot column for 225. I got to go to 260. that's going to be 1 inch. And if I wanted to do pipe F, that's going to be 85, and I still, even though it's close, I gotta, in this method, I gotta stay in that 60-foot column. So I'm gonna look for 85, 60-foot column, and that is going to be 3/4. If I wanted to do pipe G, I add up all the cubic feet, and they are going to total 310. I take the 310, I look in the 60-foot column, 260 is no good, 538 would do it, so pipe G is going to be 1.25 inches. That's a very popular way to do it. It's easy, not a bad way to go, and I tried writing this out to show it to you, but it's just so much easier when you can see it. I'm going to include this DVD in with your packet for session 3, and you'll have a little test in there. You can watch it as many times as you want, and a lot of you already know how to size gas pipe anyway. Alright, let's go to our next one. Okay, now we're going to do the branch method. A little different than the longest run. In this method, we'll be measuring from the gas meter to wherever that outlet is. This one is 22, this one is 32 feet, this one is 52, and that's 47. And we'll do them on an individual basis. So if I want to do pipe A, I'm going to go to the 60-foot column because I'm 52 feet to here. I have 75 cubic feet in the 60-foot column. That's going to take me over to 138 cubic feet. That'll be 3/4 inch. If I want to do pipe B is right here. That's 47 feet from this point to the meter. That means I can go to the 50-foot column. If I look in the 50-foot column and it falls right on there, 40 cubic feet would be 3/8. So that's a little different. May save a little pipe. If I want to do pipe C, I'm going to add the 40 and the 75 together. I'm going to stay in that 60-foot column because I'm out here. 40 and 75 is 115 cubic feet per hour. 115 cubic feet is going to take me up to 3/4. If I want to do pipe D, which is right here, pipe D is 32 feet from the meter to here, to here, to here, up to there. That means I can go in the 40-foot column. I have 110 in the 40-foot column. I still have to go up to 170, and that's going to be 3/4 inch. If I want to do pipe E, I can add the 110, the 40, and the 75 together. That's going to get me 225 cubic feet, and I'm going to be looking at 225 cubic feet. I'm going back to the 60-foot column because I have this to contend with. So I'm going to be looking for 225. That's going to bring me up to be 1 inch. If I want to do pipe F, that is 22 feet from the meter, and it's 85 cubic feet, so that means I'm going to go to the 30-foot column, and I'm going to be looking for 85. 92 will make it, follow up, and pipe F is going to be 1/2 inch. Not a big deal. If I wanted to do pipe G, I add everything together. That's going to give me 310 cubic feet. I'm going to stay in that 60-foot column, and in that case it would be 1.25 inches. So we took a little look at 2 different ways. On your little test that I'll be giving you at the end of session 3, I'll have a little thing in there, and if you want to refer to this again, you certainly can. Alright, let's look at one other way. It's just something, while I'm doing it, I figured I'd do a few more things. When we do CSST, we hear the words EHD, equivalent hydraulic diameter. This is CSST track pipe. If you have a book, go to table N1, and that's where I took everything out of. This is a little corresponding change when we 15 EHDs would be ½ inch, 25 would be 3/4, 31 would be 1 inch, and 37 would be 1 1/4 if you wanted to convert it that way. Now in this method we have a manifold. It's 45 feet from the meter to the manifold. We've got to add that into every section. If I want to do this one, I add the 45 and I add what I have here. If I want to do that one, I add the 10 feet and the 45. If I want to do this one, I add the 20 feet and the 45. And I'll be doing it on an individual basis, and it works out pretty well. And the same with this, I'll be doing to the end, and I will add whatever I have here, which is 25 feet from here to here, plus the 45. So let's start with something at the end, pipe G. Pipe G is 70 feet away. It's 25 cubic feet. I go to the 70-foot column. I look for 25 feet. The best one I have is 38, so that's going to be ½ inch. If I want to do pipe F, that's also in the 70-foot column. Pipe F will be 28, and the best one I got for 28 will still be 38, and that's going to take me, in the 70-foot column, will be ½ inch. If I want to do pipe E, I'm going to add the 28 and the 25 together. I'm going to stay in, that's going to be my total cubic feet. I'm going to stay in the 70-foot column because I got 45 and 25. That would be 70. So I go to the 70-foot column, and I'm going to be looking up 53 cubic feet. In the 70-foot column, that's going to make E 3/4. If I want to do pipe D, 45 and 20 are 65 feet from this meter through the manifold up to here. That means I got to go back to the 70-foot column, and I'm looking for 52. That means I'm going to go down to 95. It's going to be 3/4. So pipe D will be 3/4. If I want to do pipe C, it's real easy. It's 10 feet from here to here, 45 from here to here. That's going to be 55 feet. So I'm looking for 36 cubic feet in the 60-foot column. So let's look for 36 in the 60. That's going to be 41 would cover it, so that would be ½ inch. So pipe C would be ½ inch. If I wanted to do pipe B is 45 from here, and it's 60 foot overall. So I'm going to be looking at 80 cubic feet in the 60-foot column. 60-foot column, and I'm looking for 80. That means that 102 cubic feet would do that job. I'll go over, and that'll be 3/4. So pipe B will be 3/4 of an inch. If I want to do pipe A, I'm going to figure all of the cubic feet, and I'm then going to go to my most remote outlet. So I'm going to be looking at 221 cubic feet in the 70-foot column. That's going to bring me down to 303, and that means I'll have 1 1/4. So that's a pretty good look at what you do. I hope it'll help you a little bit. I try to put it on paper, but I found myself writing too much. I like to use this method anyway. And in doing this, you can get a pretty good look at what you've done. Don't be afraid to refer to it. And I have about 10 simple sizing problems at the end of your test. And I'm going to be assured now that you'll be able to do them. Good luck with the rest of the online course, or the book if you have it. And you have our telephone number, you have our email address. If there's anything we can do for you, we'll certainly do it.